What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about why I am getting Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. This is a video series that I do where I talk about an upcoming game and talk about whether I'm getting it, not getting it, or I'm somewhere in between. And this is always going to be getting it, right? Actually, and as I've said in many of these past videos, I actually have just gotten into the Yakuza franchise last February, almost a year ago. I played through 0 all the way through 6, and in fact, when I'm recording this video 2 nights ago, I started Like a Dragon, so Yakuza 7. It was the only one in that, main franchise, let's say, that I didn't touch, and I really needed to, right? Just to experience the turn-based combat and just all of the different things they did in that game. I'm about 10 hours in, by the way, and it is absolutely incredible. But let's do this. Let's talk about Infinite Wealth. This is the first massive one to me, right? You got Prince of Persia, and I do think that's going to be a good game. I think people are sleeping on it. Then you have The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered, which, it is a remaster of a past game. It does have some new stuff, and I'm getting that one as well. But when I look at the calendar, right, the quality of release schedule, this is the big one, massive. Right around the same time as Tekken 8, and then going into February with many, many games coming out in at least early February, and then Final Fantasy at late February. It's a big stretch. It's a big stretch of really amazing games, and this is the one that I believe is going to kick things off. So, what can you say that's not already been said? The game looks freaking phenomenal. Like I said, I needed to play, at least to start, and I'm going to beat it before Infinite Wealth comes out, but I needed to play Like a Dragon just to see, okay, well, am I going to like this turn-based combat? Yeah, I love it. I love it. And now, I did Man Who Erased His Name, and I absolutely love the, original kind of fighting, Kiryu and all that. I'm excited to see them kind of come together in the way of Kiryu joining Ichiban and then, the new kind of fighting style. I'm all for it. To see how big this game is going to be, and they've talked about length, kinda, but I really feel like this is going to be one of the biggest games ever created. They talk about, like, it'll make you sick, basically, if you try to beat this game just in a row, if you try to sit down and just go through it. I think probably just to scrape by and get through this game, but just do the bare minimum, you're going to need like 60 to 80 hours. And then if you do everything, you're probably pushing, controversial, I think you're probably pushing up to 200 hours to do everything in this game. And that's a prediction, but I feel actually pretty confident in that. Look, I've played these games, and the main thing for me has always been the story and the characters, okay? I do think the turn-based thing adds a little extra dimension to the combat versus what it was. Not necessarily that it's better, just that it's different for me. The side content, of course, there's always so much freaking side content, and depends on the game. I've participated in some more than others. Some, the management sim kind of thing in Like a Dragon, and this game, Infinite Wealth, is going to have basically everything, right? Like so many mini games, so many side things to do, so much just that you can take up time and just, experience that, which, by the way, it's like these characters are facing like big life dilemmas, specifically Kiryu. They're like swimming with dolphins, all this jazz, and it's like, they are experiencing some life traumatic stress, and they're doing these. So good on them, honestly, good on them. But no, I'm playing this game primarily for the characters and for the story. You can't say it's the return of Kiryu, but it's him in a full-fledged, again, maybe 60, 70, 80, 90-hour game. Man Who Erased His Name, nowhere near close to that. And to be fair, I love Man Who Erased His Name, specifically the ending, but it was a filler game. It was to get us to this point. And, if you watch the trailer, okay, for Infinite Wealth, the big thing with Kiryu, okay? So I'm going to say it in case you don't know it, about cancer, right? So this is going to make me extremely sad. And this could really be the last we see of Kiryu. And I don't even know what to do with my life, honestly, if he's gone. He has died many times and come back, or almost died and come back. I don't know, is it possible he lives from this? Or is this literally, the last one? I feel it's terminal cancer, right? So, it should kill him. But we are in the Like a Dragon universe where things don't always play by the rules that they normally would. I don't know. And the reason I bring that up is just, this game is going to have, I think, everything. And when I say everything, yes, the length. And yes, things to do in it. But, I do mean that it's going to have the turn base, so you're going to have that fun combat. It's going to have management things. It's going to have its own version of Pokemon. It's going to have the side things that you can do for, 50 hours. It's also going to have, I think, incredible characters. These two are already great characters. And then it's going to have an incredible story. You think, too, even some of the weaker Yakuza games. Now, I controversially really love 6. I actually think 6 is one of the better ones in the series. And, you can tell me in the comments that I'm wrong, but I really believe that. And all of these games, even the weaker ones, I think 3 is the weakest one to me. They all have their emotional moments that are like top notch. The Man Who Erased His Name, the ending of that is maybe the most emotional thing they've done in any Yakuza game, period, right? So when you think to Infinite Wealth, you know they're going to do it again. You know there's going to be twists. You know there's going to be all that. But you know when it comes to the emotional thing, it's it's going to be on both of them, right? But Kiryu specifically, like you're talking about life or death. And you're talking about potentially the last time you see this man, the last time he's talking, the last time maybe he sees Haruka, all that. That's tough. That's going to be really, really tough to watch. So it's going to be something you need to, I think, experience. I think many people are, ready for that. Maybe not ready in the sense of losing Kiryu, but ready, to play this game. How am I supposed to beat it? I don't know. Because honestly, a week later, you have things like Grand Blue, you have Suicide Squad, you have Persona 3, right? So there's a lot of big, like 50, 60 plus hour games that are coming out basically within a week and a half of each other. That's not great, but this game I do think takes priority, at least for me it does, just because, new Persona 3, it's a remake, right? You have something like Suicide Squad, probably not the longest game of all time. So for me, I don't know. I gotta see how Infinite Wealth ends. And then beyond that, you can play it for as long as you could ever hope to play, a game, right? So I'm excited. I'm ready. It's easily probably like a top 5 most anticipated game of 2024, maybe even like in my top 3, just because I gotta see what happens with that story. And now knowing what the new age Yakuza feels like in terms of the combat and the style in that way, I really like it. I'm actually really impressed by the turn-based. I didn't think I'd like it, and I wasn't a huge fan in the first couple hours, but man, it's really good. Like I don't really know what more to say. I really, really like it. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. I'll be covering it best I can and, making videos even after the game is out. Just don't know how quickly I'll be able to, beat it. So let me know what you think. Make sure you're subscribed, bell icon turned on, and I hope to see you all on the next one.